today I'm going to be doing another reaction video, and this time I'm going to be reacting to Teslacam Stories 306 by Wham Bam Teslacam. And judging from the first part of the video, it looks like a Cybertruck gets totaled. So yeah. If you like this video, you can watch more of Wham Bam Teslacam's videos. And yeah, with that being said, starting in
3, 2, 1.
Our submitter was driving his Tesla down a highway one rainy day when he hit a pothole before losing control.
Oh my god.
His Tesla slid across every lane of the highway before colliding with a short section of guardrail that was protecting a large pole. Thankfully, our submitter was uninjured, and he was able to summon first responders to the scene. Sadly, his Model 3 ended up in the scrapyard after the impact caused massive frame damage. The damage we can see in these photos is only the tip of the iceberg, but things could have been much worse if the car hadn't hit the guardrail.
That
Imagine
really
if it had gone careening down
sucks.
the hill or even rolling over.
Like, seriously.
Carlo was driving his Cybertruck in New York when he felt a heavy impact from behind. The impact launched Carlo's Cybertruck into the SUV ahead of him, making this a 3-vehicle collision. When he got out to inspect what had happened, he noticed the Honda, or what was left of it anyway, that had crashed into him. When he checked on the occupants, he confirmed they were unharmed. He then turned his focus to his Cybertruck, which looks like it held up incredibly well. Looks can be deceiving though, as the Cybertruck suddenly lost all power, turning it into a brick that had to be towed away. Ready to find out how much fixing this damage cost? The repair bill for Carlo's Cybertruck came to $33,000 US.
Wow.
Ron was driving his Cyberbeast through a construction zone when traffic ahead came to a stop. The city had even set up a sign warning drivers that they should be prepared to stop, which Ron and nearly everyone else took to heart. We did say nearly everyone else, didn't we? A Jeep driver wasn't paying attention before rear-ending Ron's Cybertruck. It just so happens that the building to the right is a police station. Officers were quick to respond, as you can imagine. While Ron's Teslacam footage proves the Jeep driver was responsible, Ron noted that it didn't take a genius to figure that out. Fixing his Cybertruck cost $4,600 US. The rear bumper cover was heavily damaged, but the tailgate was well protected, and the Cybertruck was able to drive away from the collision without any problems. This submitter was waiting at a traffic light when the driver ahead of him failed to yield before colliding with an oncoming vehicle.
Oh my
Since the collision occurred right in front of our submitter, he stopped and gave a statement to the responding police. They were thrilled when he responded to their questions by allowing them to watch this footage on his Tesla screen. Ronald was picking up his brand new Model Y at the Tesla Service Center in Plano, Texas, and, no kidding, he captured his first Wham Bam moment before even leaving the parking lot. Right in front of him, the driver of a Model X Plaid pulled into the Tesla Service Center, but not quite all the way, as she was blocked by a Model S ahead of her. The automatic door closed on her rear window not once, not twice, but 4 times before she finally pulled forward, but still not far enough. The next time the door came down, it scraped her trunk lid before getting stuck on her rear bumper cover. Ronald provided copies of his Teslacam footage to the service center employees, as well as to the Model X driver. Who do you think ended up paying for the repairs? Post your opinion in the comments. This submitter's wife was heading to work in her 2019 Model 3, which has almost 200,000 miles on the odometer. Along the way, she passed a brand new Model Y with temporary plates on an on-ramp. We showed you that footage to prove there was no interaction between the two drivers that could possibly have provoked what happened just a few moments later. Out of nowhere, the same Model Y came flying up behind our submitter's wife.
Yo.
The impatient driver passed on the shoulder, then brake checked her for no discernible reason.
No discernible reason indeed.
This caused the driver of a white Nissan pickup to swerve to avoid a collision. The driver of the brand new Model Y then brake checked her a second time, nearly coming to a complete
You fucking moron!
Porque?
It's almost like the other driver was trying to cause a pileup. The driver behind our submitter's wife actually did have to come to a complete stop to avoid rear-ending her. Just when she thought the ordeal was over, the driver slowed down and put down his window. She didn't dare make eye contact with the other drivers, so it wasn't until our submitter reviewed the Teslacam video that he saw the driver was telling his wife that she's number one. Obviously, this anger management class dropout is a menace. Our submitter told us he'd be surprised if that nice new Model Y remains nice for very long. Hopefully someone watching will recognize this guy and tell him to chill out.
Yeah, he needs to stop.
This submitter was returning home from a dentist appointment. Check out what happened when he stopped before making a legal right on red. A motorcycle rider smashed our submitter's side view mirror with his hand, causing $850 in damage. He then sped off, making this a hit and run.
What is wrong with some
his bike
people?
had no license plates. Seriously though, what was the reason for this act of vandalism? The Teslacam footage proves our submitter stayed in his own lane. It also
this is why you don't slap cars' mirrors. Look, that's why you don't slap side mirrors on cars. Because you know you can end up damaging that.
The biker was never in any danger, and he doesn't own the road. Come on, man. Ethan was headed to the Tesla diner with his friend Brian. While driving through downtown LA, they noticed a man playing guitar while balancing on the handrail of a Harley. Ethan and Brian looked at each other before shouting in unison, "We've got a Wham Bam video." Okay,
That's
not really,
so
but they should have.
wild.
Ethan told us it was a wild thing to witness, but in LA, stuff like this happens all the time.
A lot, apparently. That's LA in a nutshell, apparently.
Ravi was driving with full self-driving engaged when it saved a Rivian driver from a very expensive repair bill. FSD had just merged into the travel lane when the Rivian driver dove into it without signaling and without checking for traffic. FSD avoided a sideswipe collision by quickly returning to the passing lane.
Yeah,
when Ravi reviewed
that
his
Rivian
footage
driver's
later, his
lucky.
son suggested sending
So
it to
lucky.
Wham Bam Teslacam. You've
That
raised your son well,
the
Ravi.
Tesla saved him and Ravi.
Celine was on her way home from dinner with her family when she encountered another bad Jeep driver, which is putting it mildly. As she approached a red light, a Jeep driver on her left completely ignored it.
You fucking moron!
Of T-boning a black
That
sedan.
Jeep too
Celine
is
pointed out
lucky
it
that
looks
they
like the Jeep
didn't
driver sped
end
up
up
before running a
T-boning
red
that
light,
car.
almost as if they intended to cause a collision. She told us she never dreamed she'd witness a close call like this herself, but now she's seen two. The other one happened just a few days before this one, and we featured it in last week's episode.
Oh, yeah,
We'll put a link to it at the end of
yeah,
this one,
yeah,
in case you missed
yeah.
it. Alex was driving his 9-week-old Model 3 one night. It was after midnight as he and his wife headed home from his in-laws' house. He told us that they both missed the huge rock in the road, even though it's clearly visible in the video. Evidently, full self-driving didn't see it either. Alex took control right after the collision and pulled off the road. The left camera angle reveals the rock bouncing into the other lane before another vehicle hit it and also pulled over. Alex spoke with the other driver, then joined them in searching for the object they'd both hit, which was still unidentified at the time. When they finally found it, Alex carried it back to the car and told his wife, "This is mine now," before taking it home with them. Here's a photo of it in its new home on their porch. Alex called Tesla's roadside assistance, and they sent a flatbed to take the car away. The next morning, he was quoted just over $1,000 to repair the damage. When Alex picked up his car, the Tesla employee asked him what could have possibly caused so much damage in such a small area. Evidently, they'd never seen anything like it. I guess not every Tesla employee watches our videos because we've seen way worse than that. Keep watching because we've got even crazier Teslacam footage coming up. Joel was headed to a hardware store in his 1-week-old Model Y. As he pulled into a parking spot, a shopper lost control of their flatbed cart before it rolled into his front bumper cover. Joel parked and got out to assess the damage,
Freaking
eventually
Darth
deciding
Vader
it wasn't severe enough to warrant reporting it to his insurance provider. The small scratch it left behind was easily buffed out. This is Joel's first Tesla,
okay.
and he didn't realize he'd encountered the cart demon so quickly.
At least it was.
Andrew was riding
wasn't
through a
too
rainstorm on his
bad.
way home when his Teslacam captured lightning striking a pole right in front of him. He told us he got really excited when he saw this,
It
knowing that
struck
the
a
Wham Bam team would
pole?
come up with a great
Wait.
demo for the occasion. Just be glad
Yeah,
those
look,
1.21
it struck a
gigawatts
power
didn't go into your
pole.
battery, Andrew. Stick to the superchargers, or you might end up going back to the future. Jacob was using full self-driving while making a delivery, and just as he was going through a green light, FSD hit the brakes. The driver of the pickup truck ran a stale red light, nearly T-boning Jacob's Tesla. Even though Jacob
Wait,
never saw the red light
nearly
burner, FSD
T-boned?
did, and it slammed on the brakes. Jacob told us that FSD totally saved his butt that night.
But that
After leaving
pickup
work
truck
at 1 a.m.,
wasn't close
Wayne was
enough
following
to
his
his
coworker
Tesla.
and
But
using full
okay.
self-driving. When he noticed what
Better
looked
that
like collision
FSD
debris and
did
vehicles on the
that
side of the road, Wayne
once
took over
they-
manual control and merged into the travel lane at the same time that his coworker did. By the time he noticed a huge piece of debris in the road, it was too late for him to avoid running it over.
Aww. Oh, there is.
His Tesla immediately gave him a low tire pressure warning. When he pulled over, he discovered one of his tires had gone completely flat. He ended up waiting 3.5 hours for roadside assistance to show up and tow his Tesla home. When he got there, he noticed a huge gash in his passenger door.
I think-
he ended up driving it
think-
in this
yeah.
condition for over a year before finally taking the car to Tesla for a repair estimate. They
Over
quoted him
a
over
year.
$16,000
Wow.
dollars to fix the damage, as the collision had actually managed to dent the frame.
Wow.
Jeremy
He
was
weighs
stopped at a
that
red light when a
long?
gray Hyundai next to him began rolling backward.
There's a cop car. Right? Oh, I mean, police car. Same thing. But
In response,
You
the
best
driver of
bet.
the Buick behind the Hyundai laid on the horn.
you
The
best
Hyundai
bet.
driver suddenly hit the brakes, barely avoiding a collision with the Buick. He then put a hand in the air as if to say,
Oh.
"What's
You
your
fucking
problem?"
moron!
You're not
Just
getting
then,
away.
the light turned green and the Hyundai drove off.
You're
But there was a
not
marked
getting
police
away.
SUV right next to the Buick, and the officer saw the whole thing. He instantly lit up the party lights to pull the Hyundai over. Jeremy told us he loves our channel, and he's been in a few fender benders himself. He's glad to see
I
he's
saw
not
that
alone.
coming. I knew that was
This emitter
coming.
was running an errand when he almost struck a young bear. We see plenty of close calls with deer, but this is definitely something different.
Oh, shh.
Our submitter said he's glad he'd cleaned the rust off his brakes just before this, or he might not have been able to stop in time. That's a great tip for Tesla drivers who mostly use regenerative braking. You should occasionally brake hard a few times to restore full braking capability.
Okay.
Brady was driving his Model Y when he noticed a skeleton hanging onto the top of an oncoming car.
A skeleton. Oh, yep, there it is.
I wonder if that driver realizes they're hauling around some dead weight. Get it? Yeah, I get it.
Dead weight.
Bernard was driving his Model S with full self-driving engaged down a highway in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Suddenly, a dump truck that had passed him moments earlier drove right past a bag of garbage in the road, sending it straight into his Tesla's path.
Alright.
FSD swerved around the trash bag without Bernard having to do a thing. He told us he was surprised, as he's never been in that situation before.
Alright.
Mason and his friend were taking a late-night drive and talking about
yep,
life
not
when they
surprised.
suddenly saw what they believed to be a shooting star. Of course, they took the opportunity to wish that you'd subscribe to Wham Bam Teslacam.
Well-
Okay, not really, but still, if you're
Well, the view's about to be over now. So... Anyways, I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, you can like, comment, share, and subscribe, and also subscribe to Teslacam as well as watch more of their videos. And yeah, that's all to say really. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. And remember, stay spooky this month.